Congratulations on becoming a new Subaru Crosstrek owner, and welcome to the Subaru of Wakefield family. Before you get started on your first ever journey with your new Subaru Crosstrek, why don't we check out all the awesome features this vehicle comes with so you're ready to take on the open road. Now before we get started, don't forget to take advantage of our great service and parts department. And if you have any questions, our sales team is here for you. And finally, for the moment we've all been waiting for, let's check out the Subaru Crosstrek. Under the hood, the engine bay for the Boxer 4-cylinder engine offers a clean and convenient design, with the oil, coolant, windshield washer, and brake fluid reservoirs all being highlighted with yellow caps. Even better, everything of importance is placed on the right side of the engine, so if you need to quickly change the oil or windshield cleaner, you can easily identify and focus on the task at hand and be back on the road. The fuel requirement for all Crosstrek models is 87 octane, and when you pull up to a gas station, lift the lever found on the floor on the driver's side, which will unlock the fuel door. Stepping inside, all Crosstrek models will be equipped with tilt and telescopic steering columns to help you find the most comfortable position when behind the wheel. For all Crosstrek owners with the 8-way power adjustable driver's seat, all your controls can be found on the lower left side, allowing you to find the ideal seating position. Standard on all Crosstrek models will be a 4-way manually adjustable passenger seat, giving those passengers the ability to find added comfort during road trips. Looking over to the door controls, you'll find a switch for your power adjustable side mirrors, your lock and unlock buttons, and your power windows, with the front being one touch up and down. On the left side of the steering column, you're going to notice 2 rows of buttons, and if your Crosstrek is a premium, for example, most will be unlabeled except for your auto start stop feature and the vehicle dynamics control off switch. On the limited trim, going from left to right, the first button is for your steering responsive headlights, which we recommend keeping on for additional safety at night or in adverse weather. Next, you'll notice a dial in the center, which will adjust illumination brightness for the instrument panel. We can't continue on without addressing the 2 unlabeled buttons on the far right, which will only be functional on the hybrid trim and aren't optional features for any of the gas-powered models for the Crosstrek. For the bottom row, your vehicle dynamics control, auto start stop, and blind spot detection and rear cross traffic alert can all be turned on or off from this row. Most likely you'd want to keep these on for safety and peace of mind. Moving over to your leather-wrapped steering wheel, let's start off with the buttons mounted on the lower left side. By using the up and down arrow keys, you can scroll through a variety of information from your digital display, which can be found in between your analog gauges. Here you can monitor fuel efficiency, tire pressure, and your digital speedometer. But more importantly, you're given the ability to scroll through vehicle and general settings, which can be accessed by pulling and holding the switch labeled Information and Set. Many of the settings you can turn off or on and customize can be done more conveniently on the touchscreen. And for better demonstration, we'll check out these features when we take a look at the infotainment system. Mounted on the upper left side are buttons that control your radio presets and volume. By pressing source, you can change from AM and FM, and optional would be the Sirius satellite radio. We'll get into the functionality of the info button in a minute when we take a look at the multi-information display. And of course, you'll have your hands-free calling buttons through Bluetooth connectivity. On the right side of the steering wheel, here you'll find the adaptive cruise control settings, lane centering, and distance control. The 2 buttons labeled S and I are your different drive modes, Intelligent and Sport, which both affect throttle response and steering responsiveness. And then behind the steering wheel, you'll find the trip reset button. The multi-information display that sits above the infotainment system will differ on some trims for the Crosstrek. For owners of the premium trim, you'll get a digital clock, which can be set manually or automatically synced when plugging in your smartphone, a digital readout of fuel efficiency numbers, outside temperature, and also interior climate control temperature and fan settings. Owners of the limited trim will have a larger digital display that goes far more in depth. By using the info button found on the steering wheel, you can monitor your various safety systems, scroll through your turn-by-turn navigation, interior climate control temperature, and outside weather. By pressing and holding the info button, a menu will pop up where you can schedule routine maintenance and set reminders for oil and tire changes for added convenience. For the infotainment system, you'll either have a 6.5 or 8-inch touchscreen. Both will come standard with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility, whereas the major difference with the 8-inch touchscreen will be the availability of onboard navigation and the upgraded Harman Kardon premium audio system. There will be quick access buttons below, which will get you to your desired menus if you prefer to not use the touchscreen at all times. You'll notice that as you swipe to the left, the menu is less populated by icons. You can add new shortcuts, and by pressing down on those icons, you can rearrange them or delete them by dragging the shortcut to the bottom of the screen. There will be a variety of different settings you can customize and turn on or off. From the General tab, most of your infotainment settings can be accessed here, such as screen brightness, home screen shortcuts, Wi-Fi, and also setting how much time the rear backup camera is engaged after putting your Crosstrek into drive after reversing. Next will be sound and volume settings, and for your vehicle settings, here you can set date and time, interior light duration, and defogger, which can all be set on the digital display between the analog gauges. As we work our way down towards the center console, all Crosstreks will have the climate control dials and buttons below the touchscreen. The premium and limited trims will have a button on the dials that turns on your heated side mirrors, which will be useful during the winter months. For the center console, the switches for the 2-level heated seats up front can be found right next to the X Mode button. And speaking of X Mode, by pressing down on this button, hill descent control and driving ability control are engaged, helping you tackle off-road terrain and steep elevation changes. Optional for some Crosstrek models is a power sliding and tilting moonroof, which can be opened or closed by using the buttons above. You'll also notice the SOS and Blue Eye buttons, which will connect you to Subaru Starlink customer care for both emergency and roadside assistance services for added security and peace of mind every time you get behind the wheel. As we take a look at the back, the rear seats are a 60-40 split, with release knobs conveniently located within arm's reach. By lifting the knobs, the seats will fold quickly and easily, and now you can fit even more cargo when going on road trips. For that cargo area, you'll get a cover that keeps all your valuable items out of sight when you leave the car unattended. And underneath the cargo floor, you'll find your spare tire if you encounter a flat on your travels. Once you're done in the back, there will be a handle placed on the inside of the liftgate, which gives you a steady grip when closing the rear hatch. As we wrap up, we hope this virtual walkaround was helpful in getting you acclimated with your new Subaru. And now that we've gone over everything, it's time to turn on your Crosstrek and hit the open road. Once again, congratulations on your new Subaru Crosstrek. Enjoy, stay safe, and thank you for choosing Subaru of Wakefield.